I think the relationship between shadow IT and the users in corporate IT is much the same. There's always been conflict between IT and the rest of the users. 2-3 years ago, we weren't really talking about shadow IT. We were, but at a now with Clinton, with Edward Snowden, it's becoming front and center, and they're realizing that, wait a second, our most crucial assets are behind our firewall, and we need to protect those, right? But one is tools, but it's also giving users products that they want to use. IT is about one step below HR in regards to how corporate users view them, in that they're in their own world and they have a lot of no, right? So that hasn't changed, but what I think is changing is technologies in supporting users in IT, creating technologies that work with IT's requirements and users' requirements. There was a recent study that Cisco did, and they went out to 1,000 companies and asked how many cloud products were out on their corporate environment. They came back with an average that they thought 55 of these actually used these cloud technologies. But in reality, there were over 700 of these technologies within their environment, right? So and what we found is that IT doesn't really even know what's happening, right? I mean, people are logging on to Gmail to share very sensitive data, right? And they're not tracking that type of movement. And the reason why these users are going around them is because their IT's not giving them the tools they need to do their job. Cloud apps are very easy and accessible, and most of them are free, right? And we're using these when we go home every single night. And for me to upload a photo on Facebook is very simple to do. But when I get to work, to be able to upload a photo to share a very important photo to somebody outside the business becomes very difficult. That's where the disconnect is. We've been programmed that it's easy. The internet is free and it's easy. Well, why when I go to work do we have to pay all this money for something that's difficult? I believe, in my personal opinion, the users are going to win this battle, right? And you can't forget that IT, they use these same products as well, and you're comparing what you're using versus that, right? So I believe usability, much like 10 years ago, I remember on several occasions, very high up IT, we will never use iPhones within the corporate environment, ever. We'll continue to use BlackBerries. Now, most organizations use iPhones. Why? Because they're easy to use. And they built tools around that product to be able to support it within the corp. So users won that battle. IT didn't.